rewrite all history, for Ghana needs a change.
And may the heavens rescue this land. We need a man with vision to lead. John Mahama is the man for us. Oh, Ghana needs a change.
Mama, I'm sorry, and Renum, what's Yashi, Nina, Nyawo, Deka, Ghana, Naneman, Sakia. Let us rise for a change. Sorry, and Renum,
A vote for Mahama is a vote for Ghana.
what's Yashi,
Ghana needs the best man.
Nyawo, Deka.
Rise for a change.
Naneman Sakia.
Belashe. Time is so. Time yaki.
Mama, I'm sorry, oh.
John Mahama is the man for us.
Oh, Ghana needs a change.
Let us rise for a
I am
change.
sorry, and Renum,
A vote for Mahama is a vote for Ghana.
what's Yashi,
Ghana needs the best man.
Nyawo, Deka.
Rise for a change.
Naneman Sakia.
Madeshe, Mimobia Kwaba, Mimobia Joe, Eba, NDC 360. Senia Munina Munim, where you made use from Kukra. NDC Amanyuku, Yasheshe, and Ukoda Numribia, Yade Bremo. Na ye fast with the church, Yeshe Pa, and in the Pa, Yura, Srim Sejata, John Dramani Mahama, O2 Frankama, NDC Amanyuku, Owama, O my Ghana. A hassle, and on some way could treat Babre, mine. Efa mamu oboni a ekoso ye my Ghana mu a ede ahokyere ne abenidia beto yenso no ye fa na mako se akyekede na nte akyirikyiri mu ma abofra kra ete ase. This is the 8th edition. On the 7th edition na metie me na echi kakrenti na mini ha. And with one of my deputies in whom I'm well pleased, Malik Basinteli, sat in for me. And wow, what a show it was. Kudos to Malik, kudos to Honorable Minta Kando for that brilliant presentation. And before we say, about the health sector. And that was Honorable Minta Kando on the show. You're going to be seeing more of them. Malik will be sitting in for me, and many others will be sitting in for me anytime I'm not around. And so I salute them for standing in and for doing that great service to God and country of doing so. But more importantly, what is the policy of the NDC led by the Kusago? By popular request, we'll spend a few minutes on that to set the record straight. Because Emrena na yatna say we nyahwe ema MPP for tumfutru egu Ghana for any twa tro gu jo mama so no etwem. This time around we see ye be twa we the throne bar will meet you with the facts. So this is what we'll be doing on the 8th edition. Midi ande same jamfi NDC amanyoku achame hene me na midi dwumedie ebro dwumedie we betumi ahwe live on Facebook, on our Facebook page NDC 360 or call X dodo na friend Twitter NDC 360 official. It is live there. Oko YouTube, so NDC 360 official. You can watch it live and colored. Tell a friend to tell a friend that NDC 360 is on. Sami Jenfi is on set. Honorable John Jenapo is ready, and we are coming to serve you with information, facts, figures, and someone a fact Ghana and Puntu Ghana and Kanko Huan. Ebe boaw am wetimi make an informed choice. Now wetimi vote wisely comes 7th December 2024. Jumedi also sounds we are live on 5 TV stations simultaneously. We are live on TV XYZ. We are live on Wezo TV, Loud Silence TV, Angel TV, and Onuya TV. And a host of other stations, Omada Roma, Omofa Jumedi live. In due course, we will acknowledge all of them. And unti ene won se bebrika. No wasting of time. Because we are going to talk about the energy sector and especially Dumso. I'm going to show you a video on Dumso. Moment of truth editorial and it says Sipa will be my guest on the set near the Komono FTS on the energy sector of Ghana. Here we are,
Seka Dumsaba, ebese wontiase. Seka se dum shaba, ebino mo se debi. Dum so, dum shabo. Seka se dum shaba, ebise wancha se dum shaba. Seka se dum shaba, ebino mo se debi. Dia dum so really, every say aze. Adisemu rehawo maima Nansuwanoba Dum so Dum swabo Seka se dum swaba Ebise wancha se dum swaba Seka se dum swaba Ebinomo se deni Dia dum so really Every say aze Adisemu rehawo maima Dum so Dum swabo Seka se dum swaba Ebise wancha se dum swaba Seka se dum swaba Ebinomo se deni.
This is the moment of truth where we serve you with the truth and nothing but the truth. But you can't catch your dada. So today, we are discussing Ghana's ailing energy sector. No krena buying way Eddie Siama Kuntumpu dia about Dumso ne enyinama wode won hwehwe no. Ehun komoni ye ba bedi. Ye bedi nkomone wie no. Wo be hun no kre pa ewo ho about Kenya na edundum ene Ghana. And to do justice to these issues, the Honorable Member of Parliament for the good people of Yapi, Kusaugo, a ranking member for energy, the Honorable John Jenapo. Honorable Mwakwaba. Yapi for here.
Oh, we are shouldering on. They say voter population across 70,000. You know, we are
wow.
Very, very high.
What is the target for John Mahama in the NDC that you have declared?
So what we're doing is that we want a minimum gap.
Okay.
That is minimum. Should be between 20 and 30,000. The gap, not the vote. Normally I look at the gap.
So we're looking at nothing less than 60%.
Yeah, we're determined. We're determined.
And him say you will deliver the goods. It's here. Ebusianfo amohwe from Yapi Kusegu nyina yemobi adwo. Honorable John Jenapo is on. Tell your brothers and sisters say enkomodie no. Yefiti ase honorable today. You have to boy my TBS.
Some maybe that's a bit. Where the Mamenchia Yape Kosogo for Ghana for Yina, Senia Menoka, no, and you be share energy sector. You can energy sector. Now, you can energy sector. You have different forms of energy: renewable, non-renewable, primary, secondary, commercial, residential. Modern forms of energy, conventional energy, bebre. Until normally, when you are buying, you come up with what you call energy policy. Energy policy and your principles, programs, and regulations are wɔhyehyɛ na ama wo energy sector no atintim yie nti ene yɛbɛhwɛ the energy sector of Ghana.
Okay.
Ɛne baabi a ne yɛwɔ baabi yɛbɛduru yɛnsa na yɛfiri hɔ ɛna baabi a sɛ energy sector no ɛda ɛna baabi a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde ɛkɔ nti na wohwɛ a wei yɛ energy sector na sɛnea na meka no yɛyɛ energy sector wɔ Ghana ha no yɛwɔ two main areas yɛwɔ petroleum sector.
Okay.
Petroleum sector ne yɛ fango a yɛtu yɛnoa fango no na yɛ process na yɛ refine ne yɛ de abɛda ne diesel petrol kerosene na mo de agugu mo kaa mu nti ɛne yɛ petroleum sector ɛne yɛwɔ ne yɛfrɛ no power and electricity sector.
Okay.
ɛne yɛ anyinam nkanea kyɛ sɛ electricity a ɛna mene wo nkanea yɛ asɔ TV ɛyɛ adwuma sɛ nkɛnyɛ electricity a ɛntimi ɛnyɛ adwuma na petroleum sector no sɛnea mehyɛ yɛwɔ upstream ɛne yɛwɔ downstream. Upstream ne yɛ baabi a yɛyɛ exploration, appraisal and development. Kyɛ sɛ fango no ɛhyɛ aboase ɛyɛ sɛ wokɔ na wokɔpɛ fango no wɔtu aba na wabɛnoa ɛna downstream yɛ wɔtu awie no wobɛkari afiri hɔ na wɔde aba refinery na wɔabɛ process na adane nneɛma a yɛde bɛyɛ na wohwɛ electricity sector no so a normally no yɛ start free generation ne a transmit ansa ne yɛ dɛn abɛduru wo nkyɛn bɛnɛ no yɛhonden bɛwɔ power sector no more because energy sector no ɛso ɛnyɛ sector ketewa yɛka sɛ yɛ pɛnsɛmpɛnsɛ ne nyinaa mu a
agye sɛ yɛde boso
ade bɛkyerɛ
yɛ part 1
wei yɛ part 1
bɛsan so bɛsa
yɛbɛba part 2 na part 1 ne deɛ mede emphasis no ɛbɛgu electricity sector nti sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a ɛbɛyɛ simple ama obiara because sector ne yɛ technical nti one breaking yie na wanyɛ ne simple a broni bɛka sɛ becomes monotonous ana ɛyɛ boring nti mayire me ho na ma breaking no to the minimum barest level na obiara te aseɛ sɛ wobɛka yɛnyɛ ba power ɛyɛ 2009 President Mills na President Mahama na 2007 yɛnya 1 year load shedding ɛna na asɔfo no kɔ akosomo ɛkɔbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ nsuo wodum sɛ 1 year President Kofu abrɛ so na ɛwɔ mu a bi mu sɛ yɛwɔ enough capacity yɛwɔ install capacity daabi wode install capacity nkwa yɛ adwuma a ɛnyɛ adwuma nti wohwɛ 2007 a install capacity na yɛ 1985 meanwhile your peak demand na yɛ 1274 wote firi mu a that means near wɔ reserve margin na margin bɛyɛ 700 megawatts ɛnso no yɛnya adum so nti wotie sɛ we have install capacity dabi wode install capacity yɛ adwuma a ɛmmoa one thing I did 2007 challenge ni by no fuel challenges. Fango a yɛde bɛnoa. Plans ni bi wɔ hɔ a na ayɛ dada. Ɛna akosomo dam no so ɛweyɛ. Nti ne nyinaa ka bɔ mu a na ma generation no ate aba fam. Nti wonya enough power na wo dia a serve. Ye ba power so me kai pa honorable tie J no na minister obey presentation bi. Your transmission system was overloaded. You can't transmission yes lines akɛseɛ a wo drive wɔ kwan wɔ hu no ɛno na ɛkɛri nkanea no na de aba yɛ fie ɛyɛ overloaded it's articulator wo load na bro so ana atiko a wo de afa articulator load intimi enko yie yes ɛna losses yɛtɔn nkanea na yɛnyɛ sika no na yɛde atua na ɛno so the problems bebree ɛba any financial challenges nti saa challenges yi na President Mills and President Mahama yebeto ya na ɛhaye pa 2009
okay.
And they say ye bibi fa ho nti over the past 8 years no they say fortunately your NDC 8 years your MPP almost 8 years nti we can compare apple for apple mangoes for mangoes nti your policy a ye ka say ye beye na ama anyinam nkania no any energy sector no agina yie ɛyɛ one your petroleum sector anyinam nkania no electricity petroleum sector no they are related so wo petroleum sector no yɛ ade a that means ubenya fuel now they are there now they are support to nti ya adwene say we would maximize your petroleum sector
okay
na just say ye nya fa ngo no bebre na more importantly gas to power era
okay
And you know, either so the diesel, or the light crude oil, or the heavy fuel oil, and now the gas. Now you much say even in the energy transition, no gas no papa.
Okay.
In fact, say also kerosene. Now they know aduane stove. Okay, those time kerosene stove.
Yeah.
And it's all the LPG. And yeah, how na be difference no. Kerosene pumusie. LPG de ema ejina yie nti no bibia na ye de yesi ni say ye de gas ebeba. Nti no ye start Atuapo gas processing plant. And President Mills Abreso. And President Mahama ebeye Sankofa Jinyame field.
Oh, okay.
OCTP fields no. And no ye bibia from the integrated processing of oil and gas. Nti the FPSO no ko si ho. Atuapo gas no dey wo de gas ni be free epono so na dey aba. But OCTP field ye no gas no wa na process gas no near the lean gas no aba.
We no ansana ya papa atamels na John Mahama ba be no. Na ebi wo Ghana na ya.
Debi. In fact, ye ba ba mu na ye ni any FPSO. Na ye ni any gas processing plant.
Omo ni FPSO no ka tro mo.
Your friend floating production storage and processing unit. A ship I da eposo. A floating nti eda epono so. Production yetimi e processing.
And then the year fan one.
And the year fan one and I store a processing we na ye de ko. Nti FPSO no. Nti the only gas na yenya gas na yenya for Nigeria.
Okay.
And it was very very erratic. Gas na e masse ne say eba no. Nti ye adwin say ye ntimi depending on Nigeria. Esi ye dey ye process ye fan wo yenya domestic gas. Near the processing gas. Now some are LPG. Nti Atuapo gas processing plant no. Ebe processing lean gas. But near man an auxiliary unit. And near the BB air for then why they etime processing LPG. Say ye be say nya LPG gas no. Na ye de anoa wo fie. Esan say near ye twa nua ye chako e benitris no. Ye nya more LPG a ebe boy ye pa. And ye see benya a robust resilient, efficient transmission system. Just say, sir, pylons and now cables are kesieno. Ye shenekena na ejine
buy a fee no.
Yane kania bray fee no. We a reduce technical losses. A reduce commercial losses. A bring the operational efficiency eba. And come for say, ebema ejine ye, a tintim ye, na sika ye dishemu no. And so ye nya home for sure. The last one is local content. Ghana niye ne say niye ye bia no ye pese Ghana fo enye mu mfaso. Nti na me ne wo ka say meters are produced in Ghana. Ye time any chassis. Poles are produced in Ghana. Ye time any chassis. Meters.
Ye ne Ghana in this abreso ne.
So one meter de bobo eye efie hu. Ye ba mu ni ekra ni nyina. Wow. Ni ekra. Enne ye ni electrometer, ye ni T&D, ye ni alpha meters, ye ni omu nyina ya agreement say munse factory no e wo Ghana ha. Nti me ne wo kasa de meters ni nyina say ye wo Ghana ha. Poles ye ni buys and waste money omo kaka ho ye poles no ha. Cables ye ni tropical cable, ye ni Nexan cable. Ye ne omu nyina hwehwe
all under your local content
ye ni nyina woga under your local content and participation policy. Just ye de adwuma no hye Ghana fo nsa no matimi employ Ghana fo na sika no aka Ghana ha.
Okay.
Nti nya ye de say sani me kire na nyim nkania no ye hye free generation. Generation is ye kwakura nkania no na ya maso na ya transport and na ya evacuate on lines yi ansa na bedru fie and a distribution. Nti e 3 main sectors: generation, transmission, distribution. Generation any day. And then ye generators ya we. But where ye generators are kasiye. Ndi emfa ni say generator wo fie nkete no. Ukọ ba bi ba ko say generator be 1000. Eni akambo mu. E friend 1 megawatt. Na eno no ama ye enkanea no
Okay.
nti ye ne be ye friend no an integrated diversified generation system ye hu se wo de generation ko hye baby ba ko pa e be ha dwene se ne finance ye free be diversified portfolio no in the generation sector no so no ultimate diversify se ne be ye we nye ye na we asom we nye ye na we asom we nye ye na we asom
The president mama here no.
nti wo fa number 1 Calio BSC and Calio Solar NDC ye ne ye
Ye solar.
ye solar eno ye solar and a 2 Buidam President Kufo and a chassis Buidam President Kufo na chassis be ye buy ye be receive over $100 million and ye de count ye commission kra no President Mama free President Kufo so omumienu enko commissioner e fe I mean the NDC ye ne say ye be to bibia na se be boa ye mpushi nto nchen ye som ni akora sisika kora ne be pa aka ho a ni apaka ni aye ni ya awie no ni asa invite us SMS wo na wo hyase bre na ye no mienu ne fe no na ye commission and it was so beautiful then Tico ye no combined cycle is a generator no wo ho generator bia wo so a bon se exhaust no e the heat kese pa na eba se generator kese se ne se wo do nsa ko so exhaust ni ma bon se e hyew the heat no betima trap heat no now the annoa nsuo nsuo na ye hye no na generator be a friend steam na say steam no asama won kane ne bia ka ho e no nto petrol nti the friend combined cycle no yeah
President mama breso.
Do mama breso car power we 470 nti just it for monfanche e be 470 megawatts ene de baye Ameri 250 Ameri kura de eno no eye modular plant eye maako 10 ene de gas na ma no ti gas no kofom a yetimi dum mienu yetimi dum miensa yetimi dum enan yetimi dum nsia yetimi dum nwotwe based on the flow of gas but tiko we no eye be 300 megawatts no se gas no kofom eye se dum ni nyina nti ye sheda nyase ye kototo no keke o hey system
ewiade ni insuo die ni generator die ni
na gas ni na axa we no axa ne de eye 3 first na 250 270 be ni 370 eno de omu use ne frɛ no heavy fuel oil
okay
HFO nti hwe ne ye o Tico combine first na e use light crude oil car power say you use gas Ameri modular it may change use gas Axa use heavy fuel oil and then ya Asogli phase 2 Asogli ni car power ni BX solar ni Ameri ni Axa ni kese near President Mahama Daurma ye no na nyina so tin say it serve a specific purpose and it meets a certain challenge Abrodi Beka say it gives you diversity it gives you flexibility so that you can have operational efficiency and an effective way of delivering power. President Mahama
ebuso no
we any year with generation sector. Ye we any say won one eye wo generate power no na transmission no engine so yie entintim ye enye robust enye resilient oboboka because generation no ho but then you cannot evacuate it. But aside that, President Mamaka said he wants Ghana to become a net exporter of power. Just a nyasa ye noa ma ye hu. Ye noa na esu ye ya. Di aka no Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina, Mali, Benin, Togo, ye be mamu bi.
Wow.
Na mo to. Na ma ye foreign exchange. Ye nya dollars na ni ye di atua. Nti in moving to the power export era no ye sheda de sikapa e she great komu. First, we moved from 161 kV line to 330 kV. Chese to say bia enkane no. Now the aboso kan macho na so aso niama. They say the articulator man diesel na daf.
And eso akania.
And eso akania. Amana kona chese kania no. You can evacuate more, reduce losses, and also ensure say system interruptions no.
Oh no, I know one or less anymore.
Supply point $60 million. and you did another $50 million. You see 3 power transformers, Kaswa. You see box supply point, BSP, Kesio, transformer Kesie, Pokwasi. You see another one Kesie, Kaswa. Then you see another one Kesie for 10 million. Accra Central box supply point. And the Jaika for near GSS Kano. We made a 4 and now MCC 4 near GS Kano. And a year 30 million 330 kVA from Abuaze through Prestia line. And yes, how much $174 million. And also 330 kVA. Say the free Ghana. From how? Near Maswa Kusi Burkina. And here yes can free Agence France de Développement. So that project should have been completed in 2018. President Kufuor do bechucha nyema bi mu ama a delay up to around 2022. And you see the another line a free Bolgatanga all the way to Ouagadougou. Just ye magana kania ni ama Burkina Ouagadougou so enkania. And then we say Grico ye buy no more year losses bebre. By the time I free abayam in 2016, Grico we had turned it around. Grico made a profit of 70 million Ghana cedis. And you can go and check from Grico on financial statements. Then through the West African Power Pool, no, because of a new it put us on a pedestal. You be exporting power. Ediako Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina, Mali, Togo, and Benin.
Okay.
Transmission system, no. But the time I hear what transmission system.
Wow.
I'm a year.
Okay.
Now, maybe a higher power distribution sector. Because what generating power, no? What evacuating power, no? Nina Ghana need you, need you say, or sonny taper now so. Or procure mobile phone and then distribution.
Okay.
And then you are stepping down the power to around 33 and 11 kVA.
And now ECG for you.
And then a friend ECG. Any netco,
okay.
See, President Mama winning here, no, and I say no. You need America for a bit dinner was so Cassia. Into one America for Obama mo, John Kerry mo, Sir Tepper mo, a honorable Kofi Amabu Amonio mo, Edisiani, senior a fata, so. Na Nina come for and say we succeeded in unlocking $500 million.
Wow.
From the Americans. Free money. A grand year one seed impo.
Ya de chair.
Omo de chair. And the president was young na and share and Mancanian engineer.
Okay.
Now you reduce losses no from around 30% to 8%. Your friend ATCC aggregate technical, commercial, and collection losses no. Yeah, it is so boom. Send your beya ebema sector no ejina yie na yaye kaswa dwaboso eni asankragwa omo box supply point here under ECG na ya supply $80 million of prepaid meters and our smart meters meters an kan no president mama breso nuru meters say every day obenya text message na kire say na wo consume say wutua say usika ka say enye say wo da ho anadwo na all of a sudden, shim na enkania na dum. Dinache say ayade ye injection of transformers, prompt and regular payment for critical agencies. Ministry say ye the smart meter be boho. Any ye arrangement say hospitals, police service, military. Omu nyina ye betria omu enkania. But what enkania no ebi kan also no. You have to do what you call increase in access to electricity. You buy 54% of Ghana and electricity. In 8 years, we move it from 54 to 83%.
Hey,
that's about a 30% jump in terms of access. So Ghana was second after South Africa.
The whole Africa.
The whole of sub-Saharan Africa.
In terms of when
it comes to access to electricity. Very ambitious, massive project. You the Wealthy Lamont mo, you the China Water mo, you the Hunan, you the Ghana of Wankasa. Extending electricity from 54% to 83%. But more importantly, we turn ECG around. From a loss-making entity in 2016, ECG making profit 725 million cedis. That is the state of the electricity sector. President Mahama Efri Abaimu. Nti Dumso had been banished by the time we were living.
Wow. Near two Dumso
ase. Now, apart from generation, transmission and distribution, no. You will say, "Nkwancha de efe." Ni nyina sika ne eden. Ye de. Ti esi e peska bi na ye de boa. Na ye legacy debt. Chese from Kwame Nkrumah breso. E ka da ho nyina ye kan ni nyina bomu. 9.7 billion cedis. And the DBB a friend Energy Sector Levies Act, popularly known as ESLA. In fact, that was even the election year. We say an okra contributing to Ghana for Anto Obama.
Okay.
But sometimes you know, dream on mine. You must think forward. Sa levy ba ya Kufuor share bosse oba obetwam. Na ESLA no emaye about 4 billion first year.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2017 budget. Go and read it. We left about 400 million in the account.
400 million.
Sky account in him.
Okay.
Then, like I said, we succeeded in switching most of our plants, from light crude oil to gas. Because of our turbo gas, you see any OCTP. Now, a one is a Ghana for your baby. Your crude oil and your gas. In 2022, President Kufuor Abreso, sa quote here me mai. A free chamber of bulk oil distributors. A self-free chamber of petroleum exporters no. And an upstream petroleum chamber. Ubenya we a free upstream petroleum chamber on report. In 2022, 107.65 BCF of gas was exported from Ghana's oil producing fields. And a power sector no, a issue ye. No converted gas no to light crude oil. Senka President Mama, any President Mills, near gas infrastructure ya, better 20 million barrels of light crude oil.
Wow.
So in place of 20 million barrels, we consume our own domestic gas, 107 billion cubic feet of gas. When you do what we call the conversion factor, you then say, Senkamito, 20 million barrels of consume saying, as against 107, and using the PRC benchmark value, using the WACOC, we made a savings of $1.3 billion in 2022 alone.
Because of a turbo gas.
Because of the gas
project
infrastructure. That is it.
Savings. $1.3 billion.
$1.34 billion. And this is official from the upstream chamber. Chamber of Upstream Petroleum Producers, document.
Okay.
And I can make that available.
Okay.
This is a game changer. 1 billion, and then your IMF. You have 3 billion. For how many years? You might total.
This is almost about $27 million.
$1.3 billion.
Yes.
And I tell you, in 5 years, you pay off the whole.
See, when we say that John Mahama is visionary and a nation builder, among frontiers here, this is the evidence.
Yes, you Akufo-Addo Bell say no, export. This is from Energy Commission.
Okay.
About 3.5. Already 2023 energy statistics official. Exports nini. You export power sa. Tama you start 581 gigawatts. Now we 2018 yenkania no. Tama transmission lines no. Started
yes.
739 exports.
Wow.
Amasa, this is the work of a visionary president who knows baby what they Ghana there.
Meaning, I just say we a power. The chairman so yes we no yes and the call.
Yes,
my mind how do cotton yes
dollars. Now you hand over.
Na chef sa kesi me nsenso.
You hand over 3 oil fields. President Akufo-Addo. The Jubilee field, the 10 field, and the OCTP or Jinyame fields, with 3 FPSOs. FPSO Nkrumah, FPSO Atamils, FPSO Kofoɔ. Let me answer me.
And you're the man.
You're the man.
Yeah, the two saying.
You buy a 2-0.
Okay.
You hand it 3-way. I'm putting it on record. For the past 8 years, President Akufo-Addo ADN, not even one oil field has been brought on. Not even one. In fact, in 2019, oil production peaked at 179,000 barrels a day. Since 2019, oil is declining. They say are declining by 32%. Oil production, because almost for being count, near one so.
Nkrumah FPSO ne dey. We na wo ka FPSO no.
Atamils dey ni.
Atamils dey ni. Okay.
Kwame Nkrumah dey ni.
Eni. Na Kofoɔ dey ni.
President Kofoɔ.
Na je say we na ye beto ye no. Ba ko pe.
No, ya meto.
Kofoɔ dey no ya beto.
Ya meto. President Kofoɔ dey ye ni esi ye. Atamils dey ye ni esi ye. Kwame Nkrumah.
So Kofoɔ only discovered it in commercial quantities, but we built the FPSO.
We led the process, built the FPSO, and delivered first oil.
Wow.
That is what we did as a government.
And saying na ma Akufo-Addo ne ba wo bia. Na fe honorable na said ye wo kan nyina.
Maza.
E wo mu a. That na say ye wo dum so.
E ho ne e ba no. And what you know? Energy sector levies, 8 years NDC. We got 3.2 billion. 8 years.
Because you dey buy na na call opposition.
MPP ka so on beti so. On buy romantic so, omo kipie. E no mo sa tu mu. Just say when you hear wase a,
what's also
bonokrono aka ho. So far they are getting 45 billion cedis from energy sector levies alone.
Esla na omo ka
so metwem they are getting 45
Mahama na omo de buy ya to abeti a ne nya 3.2 billion.
Na 3.2 ko say jebi mam.
400 million.
Yes.
And omo enya 45.7 billion.
Petroleum revenues. I just decided to do USD. That's all convertible cedis there near Menko. Yenya 3.4 billion. President Akufo-Addo yenya 7.4 billion. Double. Eurobond. Because onchire wa obobo sinya kakra na dey twitwa age ho. From President Mills, President Mahama 8 years 3.7. Akufo-Addo 11.4 billion. Eurobond. Bank of Ghana financing 2016 zero financing.
President Mahama
54 billion. Zero yanko Bank of Ghana 2022 over 54 billion.
So the point you're making here is honorable. Mahama sika kakra we no de yes anyema bebreba wa boso generation distribution.
That is the point. To compare your President Mahama nyai. Na compare near President Akufo-Addo enya and ask yourself that you're fixing we no or say you're fixing it moya baso
Na yes, waje to me say Mahama.
Yes.
Me producers catch me say
running mate of the new patriotic party, Dr.
No. So what do you producers catch me say one say me. Any report in Kwana e wo ho. Na wa mo dancing
video.
Producer bo video no.
So video
no be hu say enye ye wa kire sie. Yanko ye ni.
Say honey away.
Hana na dey me dadwen no.
They say honey away.
Because na any pesi brand people want to understand what is happening. Why any antiasia?
Karen Doomsayer e wo Ghana no. And I hold the view say President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia, they should be held liable for this current load shedding and Doomsa you're experiencing. Now, my mouth, the reason why I believe so. Master, install capacity. Five peak demand. Just say, consume cra.
Here, do
Yes. 3,496.
Oh.
As any 3,496.
By your dependable capacity of 4,800 and something.
More than 1,000.
They just say we have more power.
Have more power.
Than what
we can
really
export.
Need.
We can do everything.
So why they do so?
Dependable. We're talking of dependable capacity, not install capacity. Into the reasons for the poor performance. First one. Say, currently we are sharing 500 megawatts. That's what we are doing. 500 megawatts, no?
Sharing, just say.
Just say, ye kasa ye here 3,469 now. Even though you were 4,800, no, you're less than 3,000. The difference is about 500 megawatts.
So see,
yes, you doom Accra. Now, all this technology be a banana. I'm before the war. When you know here, doom dance 1 hour. No more could doom tema 1 hour. No more could doom Kumasi. Pick time no. To doom 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 hour. 12 no. No load shed.
We have to doom some politics.
You know, because they doom CSC. One more CSC a doom no.
Oh, I feel Matthias.
Ye no come near. Doom so by this year. Doom CSC. We have a deficit of 500 megawatts. Now, the main reason you have deficit is one, second hobium. Ghana is bankrupt. Ghana is financially insolvent.
Now, Esla Sikana also 45.
Or more collateralize it with the beer trade your pensions. We borrow be a gym in the Nieko Road Fund also no. Omo the capping and realignment law no. I change the whole year. Scano Oma na tutupre Oma na basa. Now your gas requirement you see because on say enkania no demand no extra na echo. Population is increasing, machinery and all that. Then we require 450 mm scaf. But currently, system needs to be produced 390. Until there's a deficit of 60. But machines now you toy no. President Mama share that say you to dual fuel plants. You can't dual fuel gas ni wa light crude oil ne be adwuma. But you niska you better light crude no. A buying ain't me nyeska no they are light crude because of serious financial issues. Gas no so air bana a buying to me ntua. Nti wo hwe your system say you the gas $600 million.
600 million.
And no year from Jubilee kwa. Only Jubilee. ENI, World Bank my guarantee 500 million. Abayin tua. Dioma a draw guarantee na maka 120. A try 120 pay default. Ghana is in default. A kamene. ECG customers omuntimi losses yen ye ko na losses no edda 23% thereabout. And the losses now cost could do 32%.
Are you saying say enyema wabobo so in transmission, generation, distribution, oil fields, tax. The edema omunyina bawomi ani akufu ado ntimi areso ye
ahye. And no, my name team, yeah, calculation, no. A car that was say $3 billion. $3 billion from A to Z pipeline. If you want to clear the pipeline, you require $3 billion to pay for fuel, IPPs, forex losses, and all the other banks. President Mama Bebano, not $3 billion car at the whole air train. Now, cash waterfall mechanism so. Abayan Kazankasa 1.8 billion cedis since August. Since August
2023.
Yes. Na Obakaya Ameri scandal account ni abedru hey. Ameri nkrofo ibe say $510 million.
Mekai?
Omso makọ negotiate atiso.
Omodi nkrofo bi
akọ. Omatiso.
Dubai akonum ti.
Omako Dubai. Omo so matiso no. Ye hwe na 1.3 billion. Masa wohu 500 million ayate so akọ 1.3 da
aje se bawumi anko
ate se obi a oda fom na sebe obada paso ye chine so odampan so o fruit on pan so o da former fruit on paso any from 510 immediate
Ghana because people don't understand. I told you, Mpenyi papa so pa ngoma so enye nanum de ntia nemum ne yeyo ntia ensemi honorable General Pomo ye energy committee members NDC amanyofo ye start kai enye ndo president Mahama amamfo free say ye politics say ne wahu affect your mind nyina ye ne magu ase now the American says enye se sika no kra ye twam ye mfa mamu but honorable uti asem na woka na omo mpe ye nima yere
no omo
it affects all of us NDC NPP. This is what we are talking about.
Now, Same, sure, this is from Energy Commission. You can't ATC losses in no. 2016, no losses in that. So where? And here will be a bedroom.
Hey,
you see the difference from here?
Sure.
This is the difference in terms of the losses. Now, if you have such losses, where 32% of your sales you won't survive.
I do so. Nanka losses no so if KPDS no man van koma baba for na.
Advise you take or pay. Master, AXA expire 5 years. Or my standing by 15 years. 15 years they take or pay.
Oh no bunyanto was hana me de. About 40 years. About 40 years. The honorable General Professor say what that say MPP for bo NDC so bo. Say President Mahama o duabo nkenia no oye ma ne broso dodo ntie ne ga na ye bo ho ka. Ena honorable General Paul kire say ye chiri kokwa ye ni nimba. Nkenia na President Mahama de ba ye na o mo se abroso dodo enye no. Ne mra so asenke enye na abroso ampa wo se ka ba ne ka watwem. But he is telling you, listen now, why he's telling you say ni na o ma trade they have a get it. Jordan, take us through them.
Yes, in the ASA plant and I made it 370 megawatts. Yeah, in 5 years. I expire before I ever expire, October 2022. I don't know for what I say. And most expensive gas.
We move to screen so journalists market take pay. These are the facts.
Now LNG
These are the facts.
next time we're gonna be dealing with petroleum now. I'll show you how bad this LNG is.
LNG no can or more project no
liquefied natural gas or what?
I feel no more makoye.
Take or pay, and it's indexed to the price of crude. Any upper limit.
A bomb.
Crude cost echo. You don't do that in gas pricing. Now, Maza, say because of doomso, because of losses, because of debt, because of 3 billion debt, Ama omine ma ye ding.
Now what can you say?
Until NDC time, inflation is 15% and then 25%. Monetary policy rate no, and the Bank of Ghana yema low now determine and now jiska a lower ubudget no wait media man for. Yeah, time 26 and then 28. Unemployment. Yeah, unemployment. President Mama time 8.6 and then 14.7.
Almost double.
Your debt to GDP 56. And then they were bankrupt from 120 to about 600 million. Credit rating B3. And then Ghana we are junk. Today you celebrate say your bokama. You the can be chayenti and no celebration.
After declaring Ghana beyond it. These people you wonder what kind of people they are.
Where your energy, right? Sir, default here you declare no. Rough estimate shows that it will take us 12 years before we recover. Now, are you neighbor, agreement neighbor? The repayment period starts in 2026. And the dollar at the base 16. Meanwhile, we are not servicing our debt. You say we are not servicing the external debt. So we don't carry dollars to take across. Once we start servicing the debt, it means that we'll require dollars to go and pay the Euro bond holders. You will see the CD drop like something.
So they are just. Let's just say, even dollar now do 16 cedis, no? It's with say
because we are not paying. Can you get the 20? It will hit us. It will hit us. And they've deliberately made it say, President Mahama Emetria. They are not paying the interest, they are not paying the principal.
Yeah, I just said John Mahama Ninyame.
Now, Master, you can't cost of living. If you see price no buakosro. That may not be enough. You can't say price buakosro. If you know what cut you as well a day. Akosro. In economics, you be purchasing power parity. Then we'll compare apples with apples. It's way, Mr. Motifo, this very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, because tomatoes are cost so debit. You see, under President Mahama, we are Juma. Would you work at here and then ultimatum? That's the simplest way to explain inflation.
Yes.
Because there's a mechanical way of calculating inflation. Because service, over the time, minimum wage in here, 40 something cities. I think 48 or so cities. So they multiply 27 days, you will get 216 cities. And now, Beji. Under President Akufo-Addo, ubenya 486 cities. You might think, say, 216, no, a lower. Now, 486, no, a higher. The emisa say, and Neuko Joma it say.
The
bag, 25 kilo. 2016, and you can check, a bag of rice was 100 cedi. There were 216, no, you can buy 2 bags. Under President Mahama, no, with your minimum wage, you can buy 2 bags of rice. Under President Akufo-Addo, that minimum wage, say, oh, kota, and then ammonia 500. 500, no.
Yes,
say, oh, divide here, you can't even buy 1 bag of rice.
Now, Mahama, bro, so bet me that 2 bags.
You could. So that is the situation. That's where you find yourself. Now, NDC, yeah, you two mirror.
Yeah, you don't only talk about
not
the
enough
problems, the
to
solutions.
talk about problems. It's not enough to just say in echo. What are we going to do? Master, your first vision, and they say want a power sector that will support and promote industrialization under a 24-hour economy. Because 24-hour economy, no, ube here in the Munkania, no, let me have 1 year, na ejina etintim. Do you want to provide adequate, reliable, and affordable power towards achieving accelerated inclusive growth? Not just growth, but growth that carries the poor, reduces poverty, and enhances social cohesion. You know, you see distribution sector, ECG, you be pay Ghana for near the Oma Shim under a private sector. There be Nyababa. Now you reduce losses from 32 and drill it down to the barest minimum. Cash waterfall mechanism, they say, POS for Krabajia to say Enyajuma will restore the cash waterfall mechanism. Na etima ye den aye.
The opposite chance ya jeje nkeni ahusikana.
Ya jeje nyina.
Bia ka pepepe.
Yes yo we beji say. POS for say ba. Na oma hwe na oma di.
Omo ho na.
Omo ho. Ye ba saa eniema no esu betwa. Na ya ma IPPs no omo ho aye den ahenha omo. Na energy sector debt no.
Kano.
Esi any banks na eden ye tenase na ye hwe na ye boa na eka no ekofom
ono abodozo
na ye be increase your gas no so because say we need about 60 ye need ENI for problem with aban ENI for when be credit we free Ghana will restore confidence, bring them back na ye increase gas no na ye timi eden enya more gas na ye de anoa enka enyinem nkania no na ya export. If you see a dedicated pipeline from the west to the east, this is what we call an onshore pipeline. Ebeboa.
Okay.
Na ya sign ya LNG. Na ya reduce debt no. Na ya bua na nkania na yeden. Ejina ye. Na ya jidi se your first 100 days. You bet me reduce losses no. Ya jidi se in 3 months. You bet me increase gas production. You did say 1 year air Canada. Na Canada na Gina year then. You are exporting Canada.
I have 2 questions for you.
Togo, Burkina, Mali, Omaba. And the minimum say they came. Say they need more power.
Yeah.
Yet Chishen money here will export more power, put Ghana back on a solid trajectory, on a path of solid, prosperous, inclusive growth.
Fantastic presentation. Honorable. This brings us to the end. Your time now, so but I want you to speak to 2 things. Mitie wo ye pa na che say wasem ko edi kan na wo kan say hwe baby a president Mahamad ye nyina mahode no ko see ye generation transmission distribution nyuma wo ye na eni sen kasamre ye wodum so
at all matter and the evidence speaks for itself.
Is there we giving us the facts.
We dealt with the generation challenge, your delay with transmission problem, your delay with distribution problem, your delay with fuel problem, your delay with financial problem. The generation, we had enough generation, transmission robust, distribution near reducing losses, not adequately. Our ECG started posting profits. And now, financial, you did ESLA, any all those things by any
so
boy.
This current doom so we are suffering is unjustifiable.
It's
now, honorable,
unjustifiable.
Second question. Sisumame, there's long and short of doom so I come say abani nisika or the beto fuel because you can Mahamad dija or machine.
Simple. And then see Yenyeska doom so nebetwa. Yenyeska now all we need to do is to buy light crude oil. Yenya light crude oil you bet me power and you can because in Kenya are available. Many question is say because you've extended AXA, I why you take or pay no. So when to me and tall light crude oil na heavy fuel oil na you can power it. Or no so only na you take or pay. You know best how charge you.
Sisuma mi biem. Na chese o sanso person che say sikasemi a e di dum so ya be. Sa dream PDS ya ba womia e ma nkofo bi di e no. E no so ka ho bi.
E ka ho bi. Se ba womia na change PDS no from condition precedent to condition subsequent. Condition precedent they say ye wait, and son of PDS. And Dr. Bamia free meeting a changing they say mama
guarantee no.
Yes, mon kwaje ECG answer. And then I'm the guarantee number. And yenche ni hun to kwaba ya ye nyina ye hu baby akoya America for say look. Can Graham from Mamupio.
Final question, honorable. If we are in Dumso and the problem is not gas, beer, free Nigeria, and in Trona or Mudino, problem now. Why don't we have a Dumso timetable? Members of Parliament,
Massa, you're free ECG, Gridco, the PURC, Energy Commission, Ministry of Energy, Parliament. Yes, some money you could share with Lisa. The first thing is I wanted to know the cause of the problem. Unanimously, omu say a fuel. Na enye transformer, enye technical, a fuel. Omu jitu mu, and it's on record. The hazard captures everything. Honorable Tachian and sign a report.
To at least plan our lives.
We you know, and Honorable Tachian as chairman. Or MPP ni, or more directive. Say from next week, monya de, move timetable number. And omu jitu mu, echo prepare timetable no. Omanpanyi from say momu release the timetable no be good animasi.
Oh,
up to now.
So they are so mobile a timetable near to plan your lives.
Yes.
Now akoya oti energy ministry way. Waka bibi about Dumso timetable. I'm say the video ni my producers. Yeah, boy no near them come on producers. Let us see and listen to what the Minister for Energy has to say about the demand for a Dumso timetable so that Ghanaians can plan their lives.
If you are comparing 4 years, MPP administration, energy sector is 300 times better than Jomama.
But we are still experiencing Dumso.
Nobody has said we haven't. I'm just saying it's far much better than Jomama ever did.
So you admit there is Dumso in the country?
You do admit that there's Dumso?
That is the word you used. I have never used that word. I promised you that we are going to work on it. And it's not a work that is a single event. It's a process. And we'll continue to work on it for the energy sector to become better.
Have you heard of calls for a timetable?
Ask those who want to bring it. They should bring the timetable. If there is, I haven't seen any timetable. So
but people are calling for it.
Say you bring a timetable. So what do you mean? The ECG says that there is no timetable coming. Why do you want to bring a timetable? What purpose? Why would somebody get up and wish evil or bad for the country?
No, it's not about how bad it is. Ghanaians are saying.
Hey, Honorable John Janabo. Mr. Crawford.
Can you imagine the president? Mama breast pan and can you move? I could catch a Ghana for say, "Mo go printing mu do timetable."
Now your boss resigned because
yes,
even though Dumso was fixed under him, it was not fixed by the time he gave the public.
So he left.
Where the timetable can try at the per dia 10 minister the taxes pianica.
That is
try at the per dia timetable. Now they try light bill my own.
Can you imagine? And even when Parliament said they should come out with a timetable, omuji to move. Omu fro no msi no flash for said no. Omu e print timetable na. E be ha wo monti no. Ghana for na sum no musa yenya no on and off up to now.
Honorable, in 1 minute, based on our policy, our vision for the energy sector, tell the Ore and why he must vote for John Mahama in the NDC. This is your camera.
Menu Ghana for and credit a bakope. The first thing that President Mahama a credit. Sometimes I buy any challenges. But so be share Ghana for him a dintro, a didiomatem, a boom tia. It will never happen under a Mahama government. Now, more importantly, more you see where the utumira no watch resi. More interventions of President Mahama and any team. A Juma ye a lifted Ghana from perennial load shedding and a doom same. I Ghana see baby. Not only see a ye self-sufficient, na ye export bi. Na nyawaye bidano. So the man obey me. The next NDC government we would prioritize the energy sector. Na yedi nim die, yedi nyensa yedi ahondi nyina ahyemu. Na within the shortest possible time, dum so ene aban kura mpese o meji atom no ye be so ano na energy sector no ye provide power no amamo na run a 24-hour economy, a create jobs ama economy no grow in the right direction, not a jobless growth, but growth that can be felt by the mass and the bulk of the people.
Onyamisha also, Honorable John Jenapo, Onyamisha, the good people of Yapi Kusegu for giving us this asset, this gift as a nation. We are proud to have you. Thank you for coming. This is just the first of many interactions we are going to have before 7th December.
We'll have a second.
That was Honorable John Jenapo. This was the moment of truth on the energy sector. Hani yedibesi video about Dubai hotels and seminar, and NDC and you will be talking about free SHS and the 24-hour economy. Maybe see if we mame.
Raise your flag to a new dawn. We've walked this path far too long, so let us rewrite.
This is my friend Taylor. He's doing very well. He's buying cashew from our farmers and preparing it for export. And I was just coming from my house, and this is just close by. And I said I'll stop and see what they're doing and encourage them. He's got a factory in Awisa near Wenchi, and he needs just a little capital to be able to put in the business and get the cashew processing factory going. And so I've promised him that I'll come and see the factory. And if by the grace of God and the votes of the Ghanaian people I become president, these are the kind of people we want to support so that they can create employment for young people. This work that he's doing, look at all these young men, he's employed them to do this work. And so people like this are the ones that we should be encouraging.
Oh, raise your flag to a new dawn. We've walked this path far too long, so let us rewrite history. For Ghana needs a change.
And may the heavens rescue this land. We need a man with vision to lead. John Mahama is the man. Ghana needs a change.
Oh, raise your flag to a new dawn. We've walked this path far too long, so let us rewrite history. For Ghana needs a change.
And may the heavens rescue this land. We need a man with vision to lead. John Mahama is the man. Ghana needs a change.
Yo, Abuzianfo, this is NDC and Youth segment. And you can see a bit about a policy. And ati say asheta wo memu bia edi hunkomo, the 24-hour economy and our position on the free SHS policy. Yanom the bia umutumfu turugana for binum any about, so that you will know the truth and that truth will set you free. But before I go there, in Kontompo bi make rounds I was say dealing with. Abusianfo MPP for policy omo dey adwuma na say if you miss the player, if you miss the ball, don't miss the player. Oma wu say baby amamu na ekono eye den ya Ghana for beto abetia o. They know they will lose. Enunti Oma wu say they can't beat Mahama if they run a clean issue-based campaign. A campaign based on policies. The Omo Baba Beye. Ne dedi kan kra no de Oma ye. A de ahotompuntuo ne adwuma brega na fo a enunti e wo se yeto abama wo. Omo ni bi ka, omo ni bi kire. They don't have the policies. So what have they decided? They think they can be third time lucky with lies. Enti atra omudi in opposition 2016 gu John Mahama ne NDC mpanyimfo so no. Oma fiti ase bi. Oma start. Oma bonipa bebre pa, oma ne nsɛmtwofo bi akoye meeting. Oma ne bloggers bi akoye meeting. Oma ne omu social media army. Richard Ahiagbamo, almost spokesperson, see, they are planning a campaign of fake news, propaganda, and trofita. Ah, yeah, they be good John Mahama and NDC who film him. Because Omunim said they can't win if they play fair. But we have served notice and we are reminding them that this time around, wouldn't throw by the Nokrebeshia, would see ye be chat. Yentana CBM. MPP form for 6 and nani ebinum 9 through a rather sem and in Kuntumpu. And then no makwa kofa ba. And go for me and say your mugu screen is where your friend Gabi Asare Ojedako, ne mra ne Ghana's de facto prime minister. O mampenye Kufuor nuano no. Ono ena newspaper your friend Daily Statesman. The statesman, the newspaper no. Papa yi ono so dan fifi e no Mr. Beneficent munim no Daily Dispatch newspaper ne dia me bi atwam na ebinum gidi se ana ebinum wa adwen se wo ye poster ene de obi ahu se wo ye lotto forecaster onye poster papa bia Beneficent ena comedian ba ko so tare nchen Polado Mochi no so ye adwuma wo Metro TV ho no di pa oye omampanyi Akufuor appointee. Yet Ghana yenka bi nhye mu makofa urodo rather send biaba on their front pages. Statesman Dispatch and other MPP affiliates Dubai, a civil society organization no said yen. Na dwumayoko na koye nhwehwemu e kire se Mahama ho nkrofo bi atoto hotel o Dubai. Na sa Dubai no omo ewo omo sa hotels na o Dubai no omo de omo adwi mu no omo se eye President Mahama hotels na wagi na nidi ahye na appointees. Imagine these lies. Imagine these lies. And you have MPP social media activists spreading these lies on social media. They are sharing this lie. In just the next 5 to 7 minutes, I want to deal with this issue once and for all with the facts. You can go and do your checks. And producer, give me the three musketeers, the three practitioners of yellow journalism. These are the people I want. Just keep them here for me. Me pese yede for clear. Let's settle the records. It's a story on Moka one seminar about that OCCRP. You may be able to buy President Mohammed any baby. President Mohammed's name is not mentioned anywhere in that report from the beginning till the end. So would Dubai or hotel would Dubai. In the end, I will hear a story about Obi and Idin report anymore. Okofa Mohammed din bata. You think that Mahama is a low-hanging fruit that you can always turn into a punching bag? Yellow journalism no more. Baseless sensationalism. She always publishing falsehood and tronqua. No professionalism. President Mahama dini. So why? How does President Mahama come in? Mobekaya 2016. These same MPP people, led by Akufo-Addo and in Kontompo Hene Uraba Olaya. Omo their throne sems are good President Mahama Umfin Bebre. And the most painful thing, they say, many Ghanaians believe them. Omo the President Mahama, we are Ghana Sika Kusisi hotels, Wakoto hotels. And yes, our apartment to an investment to hotels. Almost we see hotels in Dubai. Or ship, or way, and people believed it and voted against John Mahama. In fear watching since President Mahama was voted out, he's been in opposition. And then evidence in a way. Because President Mahama had no such hotel. Says Antro na tonsium, unyamia pomontoma, and from Abba Makokotwa da Huntino, when you guase. Yebetwaba, Omasanso de Fofraba. Say President Mahama appointees. President Mahama is no longer a president. Why are you bringing his name? They think that by doing that, they can build a certain connection and put corruption on President Mahama. All that is in that report. Now give me the picture of Honorable Inus Afuseni and Honorable Moses Saga. It's about these two former appointees of the NDC. NDC stalwarts, almost at the NDC. If you mention and Omudi war report in say they have some investments in certain hotels in Dubai. Mate, Paula Domocho say this is the biggest scandal ever. Really? What is the corruption in this? Where is the scandal? It just said, why are you so desperate to say you want to make something out of it? You want to make mountains out of molehills. Corruption anyway. Papa charge I had and say, hey, Honorable Moses Saga. We invested $133,000 in a hotel in Dubai. Go and read the report. What are the real facts? $133,000. And we invest say in 2008. Emra no opposition. Then this is power. We invested Sikano Otuano over a period of Bosomi Dumotrin as will be a war position. Now buying the power. Just $133,000. For a single room apartment, students hostel, single room. And a papa ni munyamfu ya wabobra. Waya juma mfie duasa. Ewo EcoBank. Waya juma with GMPC. Waya juma with many oil companies in Korea. Wabobra. Ye MPA CEO. Waya Deputy Minister for Finance. Waya juma bebre 30 years of his life. Paula Domochre. Our no akobo krono Ghana Airport Company in the name of say Okoto Bronyedua Christmas tree is saying say this man cannot afford $133,000 in 2008 in opposition to make an investment like OBI investment in treasury bills and so on. What are they talking about? Honorable Yunus Afuseni has set the record straight. Some no more cannot say no correct. And he has told his lawyers and they will take up the matter. But what I want you to know is that this has got nothing to do with John Mahama. And the reason why these three practitioners of yellow journalism, led by Bawumia, the liar-in-chief, are pushing this false narrative needs to divert attention. From what? Chrono no more Honorable Okujetu Ablakwa, NDC Amanyoku, Bryce Simmons, Civil Society, Epa Omontoma, Omaya Japadi Omotontono. There's a young coffee bibi metum about Dubai hotels. There's a Ghana for said the Yauri and Imcoswintin, near Kudiachli. Na ya yansa send your hotels or motono, ye free actually. Tofiakwa ain't. So I thank Daily Post, Yura Mike Dokusi, for setting the record straight. This was his headline. I said Mahama is squeaky clean. You can't smear him with corruption. President Mahama, ni hu fita, ni hu sonsa brobe. O de kataje the project arena na why and che. Because wabe sumo meyi as deputy minister, as MP, as minister, as vice president, as president, not one case of corruption established against him are evidence. His record is there. And these are their fake stories. Whose stories you baby are? You've be National Voice, you're the Mahama Mfonyini, Daily Statesman, Daily Dispatch, Omunyina Mahama Mfonyini, fake stories. And we are serving the notice here. President Mahama has got nothing to do with that story. And even NDC for Mudingo no more chronobia. The omo person wo yi wa adwen free so no and me twe wa adwen si so the real estate capture chrono no omo bona omo person wo yi wa adwen free so I me twe wa adwen si so quickly and munim enche ekra ye ho demonstration 6 hotels eye Ghana adwumayɛ for dias snate for na ehwe so Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Elimina Beach Hotel, Ridge Royal Hotel, Busia Beach Hotel, Trust Lodge. Ye tong yanom omoni papa ya kabo momo tong amano Brian Echampon, Minister for Agric, MP for Abetifi, MPP mu chochowuro. Enyo no nko a ene enkran cantonments. Eni baby ewe mu ntwe. Parks and Gardens asase da ho. Parks and Gardens asase da cantonments kona kohwe. MPP for acheni nyina ton asase no afomo. These 2 musketeers. They have superintended over the thievery of Parks and Gardens lands and cantonments. Go and check. And the same Parks and Gardens almost as here Upper West region. They have grabbed the lands. That is why Kennedy Japan says that these people, they are grabbing like there is no tomorrow. They are so greedy. Na Idi Amin ni Mobutu sesese kumukura sa no moye. Sa no moye. Ruto we na de ni Kenya. Why we bi? Look, sale of Bostal Institute and Krankra prison. Ewo Roman Ridge here. And sase da wo prison lands. Musro nyame o masanso aton ni nyina. Prison lands. And Kran here Roman Ridge. Ewo Bostal Institute. Waton. Go and check. Ghana Prison Service Barracks. Prison Service Barracks. Down kwa circle. Hey, prison barracks in Sasano. MPP for my Tony in a Hassan Swafa. Bungalows. A buyer my 4 bungalows. Kakrake, Wallaboni, Roman Ridge, cantonments, airport residential, Akraha. Bungalows in the house of my Tony. It's just like, Omunya Bimpo and Chirimba Ababeto. They've sold all the bungalows. And now, Labadi Beach Hotel. Not only are they selling the hotel, a hotel making profits, not only are they selling it to a loss-making company owned by Brian Echampo. Beach, so Empuanwanwi, no so yaton. I'm afraid Blay, MPP, former national chairman. Yaton man onenema. Empuanwanwi. So these are what they are trying to hide from you. Never let them divert attention from these critical issues. Mobetena komya so mfie ngotwe ombesi eso akomashe yema sa danse bi wo se president ma abokoro no a enye newspaper enanka ye de betoto front page anim kasa amre state institution ya to yensa afre no. Why can't you investigate the man and bring evidence if you have any proof that hotel bi wo baby? He died you in 2020 or say me hotel wo baby amon famra na mon goto e ma o man no wenti mi amfa ma atrofo ye beto aba masanso asate atro ni biem. This is NDC 360. And we are setting the record straight. Ebape, we will go into our policies. Dear John Mahama and Sheshayen or their banner, they don't want us to talk about because Omunibi ne policies na Boba Wumia to say dear Jones or Abakoko, Okujina Nipenimua, no soon to say Kraketua Yajane car. One first year, Nemame Obiajustia, Uni license, Upistia, Wakumunipa. So we are going into the policies. Producer, we won't take any more time. Let's go into the policies. I needed to set this record straight. Na uko te asenu wo baby a anya wadwe mu kesene ne se no krebia ewom eyentro eyenkontompo. The story has got nothing to do with John Mahama, and the NDC people mentioned in it, they've all come out to defend themselves. Honorable Asaga can clearly afford 133. It's chicken change as compared to the Wimui. Omo abanza as no ton acres. Go to Cantonment and Laboni and go and look at what they're doing. Now, I catch you say abatwa ye kwakotui. Enyantro enyen kontompo enyatem didie. It's about facts, it's about figures, it's about policies. Why ne won hye pa obi tim dia bo men. That is it. NDC amanyoko ye obi ka ye obi kire. Nti ye begina Ghana fo animu a ye de no kre ene di anim kan. Ye de ahobrase ne omanfo kasa. Ade ba ko na da Ghana fo akoma so pa ye mmofra enwumasua. It's a bad time bia ne bra wo bre ne bra wo bo nyina ne se ne mma benya baby papa agina. Aso ma me papa oba no ntimi nya baby papa nyina age se ne nwoma sua ho enhyehyeye no adim. Age se sa nwoma nsua no ho enhyehyeye akra no suku a wo kɔ no etinye dimu ne watimi akɔ school na twa yie na wabɛyɛ panyimpa, wabɛyɛ doctor, wabɛyɛ lawyer, wabɛyɛ politician na watimi ahwɛ. That is why President Mahama is passionate about education. Today, we are not looking at education as a whole, but just secondary education. His policy on free SHS is clear. Let me make it clear. Free SHS is one of the topmost priorities of John Mahama. Because it is a priority. MPP for Musa. But the person who used to atron and ada to futrogu any. Oh, Mahama Baba be free SHS. Omoboa eyantro. Oh, Mahama, etia free SHS bill. Eyantro. What is the position? First of all, let me just give you a brief historical background. Komo yedini wa hayani honorable Rekupoku. Mami isi subiem is an sempenyi se abasoba ne mejapai. The facts are simple. President Kwame Nkrumah in 1961 through the Education Act, Section 21, or the free education by Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah 1967 and a National Liberation Council. Urakwesi amankwa FIFA eda wonano. Oni Akufo-Addo papa Edward Akufo-Addo. MPP for mu panyimpa omo nana ba kwa friend Kofi Abrefa Buzia. Doctor be krom do free. Omo kabo mu muni ya soja fo be tu Kwame Nkrumah ban 1966. By 1967 no man announce say Nkrumah free education no omo mpe omo twam. Enti MPP for omo nana nom ni twa free education no. 1971-1972 budget samre no na Progress Party PP ene tia konwa so. Ewura Kofi Abrefa Buzia Prime Minister, President no ceremonial president na Akufo-Addo papa Edward Akufo-Addo. Omo budget a omo finance minister JH Mensah de call parliament ko hwemu ehim. Omo siso kena say free education basic secondary university omo twam tinton time. Obi a nkotua school fees. Yehwe wanim na yehwe say ohia mo ane ama scholarship. So 1979 and your papa Jerry John Rawlings emro ye ku wieye no ka say ode benwa no emma o mampanyi Ghana fo ato aba yi no nti yenye amamra foforo ye third constitution 1979 constitution and ye the free SHS eshemu article 10 comprehensive provisions of free education. It was under JJ Rawlings or T NDC abreso and ye from there 1981 Kuba into implemented 79 constitution. But in Sri Lanka, you say JJ Rawlings ne NDC adaroma 1992 in your constitution for fraud. And when I know Akufo-Addo mo ka say omo nka ho ma ye ntwere is answer omo de omo ya crash for omo she coat omo botai omo ni toast makoni jene ni ko before entimi ntwere constitution. But constitution na toast for makofo trotro drivers ye kwatwere ye no article 25 article 38 ye de share ho. It's a basic education. After 10 years of the coming into force of the constitution, yenye ni free, primary to JSS. Secondary education, yen trem no bi yenye binko. Ye wia yenye ni free kakra. If you are Yamra University, tertiary, then no so yenye ni free. It is there. And it's here papa ko for 2005. Na breso 10 years ne son ye. We started with basic, primary and JHS or yenye free, F cube. Ye papa atamos betwa so. With many social interventions, Obeches and Pabuas, free standards for basic school children, Obeche free uniforms, Obeche laptops, Obeche textbooks, Obe eliminated thousands of schools under trees. Senebeya, free compulsory universal basic education. Tenio universal, not only free universal, no, ebebem. You only achieve universal free education when there is access, and that is what Professor Mills and John Mahama came to do under their first term. Second term of NDC, Papa Mahama Abreso. And also say JJ Rawlings, Edwia Bano. Papa Kofuaba Biguso, Papa Tamos Abigu F cube, no so ne Gina dia. And the SHS name di Mujuma. He launched free SHS. President Mahama launched free SHS. Nipa bebre ni mo ka do boye mo ahwe. Because MPP4 believes that Udi Tro now repeating for a long time on Ebedane no kre. And that is what MPP4 Tro be about free SHS. Adane wo nipa bebre adwemu. They think that President Mahama put on free SHS one way. But he launched free SHS in 2015. Ekumfi Otuam launched it for all day students in public senior high schools. Samre no mododo obro 320,000. President Mahama, Mobia 2015-2016 academic year, free education will be into a capreba, over 320,000. I'll give you the evidence shortly. Oye, and Oya says, "Me day for secondary school kodo mo boarding, me pesa me de 120,000 first year for me di omo ka ho. no mo so enjoy free education. Because I'm not secondary schools anymore. Community day senior high schools we 124 ase. We bebre. Suku papa laboratories wo mu bases ka ho na de keka ho. So he wanted to expand the coverage of free SHS from the day students numbering over 320,000 to over 120,000 borders. Asebi nwa dance here. Paragraph 109, Matu Mremi Chirosie, producer Fatoso. Paragraph 109, 2016 Media Budget Review. Honorable Setekpene present here. Just go and read it. Google, you will see the link. CT4 publish here. Many people publish. 2016 Media Budget Review. Oko Finance Ministry for website. Paragraph 109. I will read it to you. Quote, consistent with the 1992 Constitution, our commitment to make secondary education accessible, especially to needy students, the government initiated the implementation of progressively free senior secondary education in the first term of the 2015-2016 academic year, with 320,488 day students in public senior high schools across the country. The program is to be expanded to cover 120,000 targeted boarding students in the 2016-2017 academic year, unquote. And I'm not sure if you're so because now dance at home. And that is why they approved this budget. MPP and DC approved this media review budget. Because it was clear. Say, I'm a day for the 120,000 borders. This is in the budget, official government public record. And at the time, IFTs are progressively free education. I said, this is what then opposition leader Akufo-Addo kafa. To MPP ni na de American no se meboa. President Akufo-Addo ejitum se de American no kre. Enti we need dance ni bia. Me dance ni Akufo-Addo. Modern Ghana. In fact, they were not the only one who published it. Several portals, but I'm just showing you one. C-Smart 2014. Then Akufo-Addo kai about Mahama free SHS. Mahama's free SHS, good news for Ghanaians. Nanado. Was it the 2012 presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party? Nana Akufo-Addo says the president's decision to implement the free senior high school education in 2015 is good news for Ghanaians and should be welcomed by all. Onoa Nekai, Okano Omai FM, Kennedy Japan station. So President Mahama ye we and call the borders beka ho. Fofi Antwata and Ghana for Twa Betiano. Inyami be bi aye. Omapenya Akufo-Addo bae in September 2017 obetwaso. Include borders. He didn't start with all borders. He started with only first years. It was also so progressive na. Kopem se mfie mi nsechi ebe cover all SHS students. But the hana meko. Say so mampanya Akufo-Addo free SHS na the borders nyina beka ho no. E how bebre ni akwansidie bebre aba ho. Chimato bebre aba ho. Affected the policy. You see abusia? Policy bi betimi aye good. But the implementation no abina nhihye ne yia. Policy no de see ani sunti e de ba ye kra ne ensan to minka. Free SHS is laudable. That is why JJ Rawlings and the NDC provided for it in the constitution. That is why President Mahama started it. And that is why Akufo-Addo abeto aso a eye de e bona baso. And how we want to say ne nhihye no o ma anye ne is being shambolic. Internet challenges not doso. Ye di kind say Sikasem why ye diam secondary schools. Because the Akufo-Addo de borders ne ka free SHS ne ho no. Wanye sikasem wanye futuo bia ma na anya nsi ba ama policy no. No dedicated source of funding. Enti eye frefre kobo. Afi bia so ana ban no tutu na ni hwe bebi obenye sika no de akọ emwa. Eno na de ahoche bebi abeto awofo ne headmasters so ne akyekirefo so. Adanya e wasn't yesisi ni bebre. The aban ne beto ye wasn't komoto aso wie. Na ye sukuu ni free. Na ebe ma nipa enkora na dɔɔso wɔ sukuu mu hɔ. Na ama omu baabi atena timi adidi dining hall. Omatimi asua ade classrooms. Baby omu bɛda dormitories. Baby omu bɛ call prayers ni programs assembly hall. Sa facilities ni nyina no. The Akufo-Addo ya na say ya ni free. Ya nsi bi anka ho. The omo beto ye mpo se president ma esi na ye gya bebre aka nwuram bebre kakra bi no mato aso. So that was the problem. Enti the traffic light aba yesuku mu akra ba akoko gold na akra ba akoko yellow. Oko school bo so me ba ko ne fa no abetena fie be bosomi mienu onim da kro obeko because sika maya ye mie school enti nkura ni nyina no na awofo wo so kofa teacher ni ma no kire ne ba classes fee kwa wo tua na nye sika ketwa oboka kra ne chemre na na yese school fees wo na yese ye free no oboka mo because of implementation nhihye na ya anye ne ye no nkonwa nkura betena so aye bibie wo ho ebi ni ho ene ko even a big school like Wesley Girls. I me hear video na me raho. Your school prefect was speaking. Say mpakra nkra ne beda so no mawo marketing kete omu ni bi. Omo da form in their hundreds. Former students any awofo na boabo sika no to go and serve the situation. And na aduane ankra bedi. Emo ayede. Ukohwe abomu pa ye de agu mo so a eche nkwan. Nkwan no so nsuo gina ha, mako gina ha, ntosi gina ha. Enyame na make a joy news for your documentary, go and watch it. Uko nkwan as a crazy. You think about it, you don't understand. Because ministers here, omo man omo ko cantonment school. Omo ko school akoso GIS ne de. Omo man omo ko school we bi. Mu wi ane de omo ko abrochire. That is what they are feeding our children. And then akwenya admission say or first year SHS. The prospectus nko a I just okita 100 million. Nyame na meka Kennedy Japan or can UTV. Ebi 70 million. Titisika no 80 million, 60 million. Ansa na wetinya to ne ho nyema akọ. Ko school ese fa bokiti bra. Fa sekan, fa wei. Ebu awofo komu. Na kra ne ma ntimi ntua school fees for which reason aban say me ntua school fees na ma. School fees be 1,500, 2,000 no. Obetimi anya 70 million, 80 million. Akwa bo prospectus on kana. I just okobo besia. And as besia no nya bi. Musimu over 30-35%. It affected the policy. So what then is John Mahama's policy on free SHS? Then NDC here can. Kasatentin bebrebe you know business medium fee. Then amobeye simple. We will improve. Improve the implementation of the free SHS program and enhance the quality of secondary education. Because the President Mahama be free SHS we are coming to improve it. Mebo President Mahama video actually na wan kasa what said was soon. So the be entron MPP for edino. We say bibianim. They are sinking and they think say atron ko an betimi aboa wo mo. We are coming to ye be ye ni ye. Ye be hihye ni ye, ye be ye ni ye. Na timi asipie sita. Na wo ba ko free education ni bia. Wetimi asunya de ye ya kyere na de ye obewie no wetwa kama. Okọ university I say yes, akure wa ben. Eno ne ye baba be ye. Na ka bebreba ye say free education wo so awofo obo classes fee to webra sa nyema ni nyina ne ya betwam. That is what we mean by we will review or improve free SHS. That is what we mean. What does this entail? Dear important ye be ye. President Mahama say oba pe first 100 days headmasters omo dey from which house no awofo PTAs achechrefo ka ho other stakeholders civil society ye nyina ye be ye nhyiamu kese company si ba ko for chire danfo e na no baba so ma ba to ye nyina ye toato adwene ne afamu aba ne ye hu de ye boa free education a ebetumi ama policy no edimu enye ono nko na adwene no de bebu o man no. That is a visionary but a humble leader. Yebeyesa conference no waka ho asem. MPP for bebe, CPP for bebe, all political parties will be there. Na ye ya enye me bi ebe pie free mu no. Ini. Ye hwe kwan a oman no betumi anya foto sika ebe ye nsi achi ba ma free SHS. Enti schools no ho nkyere omo biem because sika no wo ho. Omo benya omo sika no bra no. Na de wase ye de ye boa mmofra na disua no. Ene awofo no omo de aye. Ni yekasa ade na free are you free indeed. So funding, dedicated source of funding. Sa yellow, green, gold traffic lights double track system no. MY mano, MY. Sebe bua anka anopa ne area school ye nye free site to. Ye president me say president mama ne betwa anopa ne area school mu. Because a man kra need to focus on. That is why President Mahama be double track everywhere. Okaso be improve and obe review free SHS. That is what he's talking about. Now, how will he do that? E-blocks are come room yebetwaso. Suku adan was ye sika classroom blocks don't make trees was ye expand ye babeye. Not say bad dance ye dia President Mahama ni din ba ko yimputu nyumura. Ni din ba ko ni nation builder, ni din ba ko ni usi adan Mahama. Suku so see ye bebre to be kind from basic, secondary and tertiary. And that is what he's coming to do. And enya no kwa ye private schools bro ha. E wo Ghana ha. Omo wa adan bebre be free SHS no. Aban na yo mafiri. Se nkra no kra ne enfa omo nko schools na. Omo adan ne omo facilities no omo wo no. Eye papa chen public schools ni bebre. The President Mahama say, wonso ni nipa. Ye de omo beba be ka free SHS no. Na we de na adan e be ka school we de ho a. Na school a wo ye double track no. When you have more classroom facilities, the here say be for teacher for bebre. Double track and more jobs for teachers, more jobs for staff in the schools by just adding the facilities of the private schools. Apart from the facilities we will build. Afei enuane a enkra ni nya bi ni na uba be ko school aba obe hunu na wotiti di so na ara ho. The reason is that aban no katasese ne poyenti. Ene ye school hu adua ni nyina no enkan no moto no. Enti nkura omuko school owa omumako omuntos bibia ye to ne nkran. Eba fa stock fo nkran no mo ne disika na ma wo. Na omo no apem krofo ama matoto ama headmasters. Omo to aduane ne nko. Omo to aduane no so kura kwa abantua wonka. Eti na da ne problem. President Mama so oba obi twem. School bia ye disika na usika waduane disika bebrel. E wo beza ho. Nkura bia school a usika ni. Wa region wono mapem aburo, mapem banche, mapem mo, mapem gari, mapem beans, mato. Modi aye adia modi beye. Then apart from that, ye on krani bia omo papa ne oma wofo omo ni bi kura. Ono no school no ye ni free man okra ontumi nko. Because kai sika ode kokra den. En krani bi wo wa ya fan fresh prospectus kofa we bra mattress ontumi nya. President Mahama said something special must be done for them, targeted. We see a targeted sankra no. Near more special dispensation bia omitumi akọ. Because if you want me who say enkrani bebre timi nya admission. But because of our prospectus na nyama ne boy den no. In their hundreds of thousands omutimi nko school. This is what President Mahama means when he says I will review free SHS. He's not talking about cancellation. He's talking about improving it. Yebe yeni yebe shenema na etimi adim waka, and the evidence is there clearly. Producer, give us that video of John Mahama associations, and he outlined his vision, not all, but part of his vision for secondary education.
The NDC policy of infrastructure development will again be pursued vigorously to decongest the large class sizes. Abandoned infrastructure in the basic and senior high schools and TVET schools, including the famous E-blocks, will receive priority attention under a new NDC administration. The need to review and improve upon the free SHS TVET policy is no longer debatable. And Angel just mentioned it. We are happy we are on the same wavelength with regards to that. It is a must that we look at the implementation of free SHS again through stakeholder engagements to address the numerous challenges and strengthen its positives. It is thus not surprising that you have incorporated it into the document that you have presented us, which I call the Teacher's Manifesto. We're going to mainstream TVET and STEM into all secondary schools. We don't believe that STEM and TVET should be standalone in special secondary schools. We must mainstream them through all the secondary schools. And so in this regard, we will revamp the science resource centers in order that clusters of schools can use those centers. Luckily for us, the E-blocks have 4 laboratories in every E-block. And those laboratories are going to be used for TVET and STEM education. The imperative of the Free SHS Secretariat being supervised by the Education Directorate is our considered view. The Education Service, which is an implementing agency, has the capacity to implement the free SHS policy. So we do not agree on a standalone free SHS secretariat. We think that it must be integrated into the Education Service as an implementing agency. The NDC will therefore integrate the free SH secretariat into the Education Service Directorate and not have them exist as separate entities. I announced to the CHAS representatives last week that we would decentralize the school feeding program and return the responsibility for feeding the students to the school.
This is the President Mahama we are talking about, that visionary nation builder. Ono dia say eno ye ni. Obekai. Emra President for 4 years, secondary education 4 years. From 3 years to 4 years. Abra Wednesday school down back okra. It was Professor Mills and John Mahama that saved the situation by embarking on a rapid infrastructure driver. And cry no more from 3 to do form 4. Now dying we didn't get crisis. So you be double track a free ho. Obey free SHS ye feeding or be decentralized. You need a chinye. Why you be that? Why you be that so your friend no aye boafo. And President Mahama will make free SHS better. You know starting free SHS Kufuado born abaso. This is it. This is it. Mahama's free SHS good news for Ghanaians. Now we will have a president. Here then how can say President Mahama no Oba will be free SHS. He started it and I will born abaso. And through saying MPP for the dada Ghana fool. You know here free SHS no to cover 320,488 day students with a plan to include 120,000 borders in 2017. I better not wait. So we say for me more be and two futurungu weni. And you know creda. President Mahama Kasa several locations. He is coming to make free SHS better. Simple and short. Now you see, I thought I'd be now Kasa say obi so NDC for mo challenges are more canon. Oh, I Muslim can mo the amanyo 17 are more can opesi ya to abamamo. So today I want to show you Ghana for omunya NDC for oma kwadare wo nwomasuya mu ebi kura ye MPP for omo nsemo a oma ka about the state of Akufo-Addo's free SHS. And then there was here ya and no better John Mahama ni so ade hunu no so. Let me show you some of them. Notable personalities and institutions who have called for a review or improvement of the free SHS policy. Number 1, where Africa Education Watch. You're from EduWatch for short. Omo ye rehwemu we in 2024 year, February 28th, 2024, and a Ghana web publisher on reporting. If you look at this report, there no more come say because of Chima toy wo free SHS ni mu ene ama secondary education ne boaye den than when it was even free. This is Africa Education Watch. Almost 194,862 students could not honor the admissions despite free SHS. Ometwa ya form was secondary. Omentimi anko because of a car. I was a wolf no ball in this time of free SHS. EduWatch and kind of full story now. They call for reforms in a review. NAGRAT, National Association of Graduate Teachers, National Graduate Teachers Association, Bibisa. Achere for moma call suapon wie omochirade. Achere for both NDC for MPP for other political parties in pool. Listen to what they said. NAGRAT calls for review of free SHS policy. 27th February 2024. In the NAGRAT for also say it free SHS one. This is NAGRAT. Graduate teachers. Omuna edda omu jam no munim se decision omofa. They are the ones speaking. NAGRAT. We are not a church for sa omu ekuku no edoso. You were NAGRAT and you were NAT, Ghana National Association of Teachers. We are not calls for dialogue to review free SHS. Dialogue now, President Mahama wants them NAT called for it 15th August 2023. NAT. These are teachers. NAT, NAGRAT, African Education Watch. Why is Suni? Omampenye Kufuado ni maminu yaba. Ken Oforiata. And Chair Yakwano, a finance minister. At the time he made this statement, he was a finance minister. The statement was reported by Manjo Online on 29th July 2022. Letifi asem is saying review of free SHS constantly on the table. Ono na beka say oh awofo ni bi wo mu sika ye mo ntua mo school fees na ye focus wo mo ni sika. Ken oforiata calling for review. I say review of free SHS na buying we that table so mo dwen ho. But they come and tell you outside say President Mahama say obe review free SHS will be twem. But their finance minister says it is on the table o mo dwen ho. We say MPP for say nya atwem. Nya atwem so na ma ye to obronsam free soro ebe to fam wo. Ipa bia ni wo ye nya atwem. Hypocrisy na no mienu. O kan we chese o kwatifi ko hunsu anoma kokode kokoni na wa ba na afo abebisa. Wo dem a dream review of free SHS no. Obi kabia o so obi twem. Why are these people like this? Why? You see, Professor Ade, Papa we obi tan this for number 1. Yeah, list not 5. Papa we obeka ho bi. Professor Ade, Gimpa University here one crank kakrake on another ano rector of Gimpa. Penny pa Akufo-Addo appointed no. E wo Ghana Revenue Authority board chairman na say yen. I say free SHS review must be done immediately 1st March 2024 afia. O say yen ni say hey President Mahama obuoni ene watamfo kra yi waye omo se sad ye wu kan years ago a MPP for that Ghana for say wo betwam no e wo say ye ni say ya Professor there am MPP communicators na mo kasa no ni medication chain Professor there obi a wire rector of Gimpa enye odon ko another professor so ni Professor there we there no ye ADEI former rector of Gimpa we there no ye ADDAE former vice chancellor Legon, University of Ghana. Professor Adem Mensah calls for review of free SHS policy. These are the experts, the professors, the academics. And your politics no more de kasa. Omo kan de omo free say ebe boa ye mofra, ebe boa wo man no. Your free SHS is poorly targeted. IMF. We kwesi broni. Ba wo mi master. We mu na ba wo mi akọ mo so mo wa ye no. IMF omo nte ha. Omo ba ya omo so the president America no eye. FHS no ye hye ni yie a ebetumi aye adwuma yie na eso mfaso no yenya. This is IMF. Former Minister for Information. Bear in mind, at the time he made this statement, he was the Minister for Information. March 21st, 2022. Kojo Opon Kromasem na making. A+ best friend. Or say government to review free SHS. NABCO others. Enye nkofo no mo ka say review means cancel. Na President Mahama so be review free SHS so be twem no. Look at Kojo Opon Kroma. We are graphic Star FM online 2022 ton because they were going to the IMF for help no economy na dwega and IMF will be so say na free SHS no mo be ye ye to say the President Mahama can na say monye so ye be pa and so omoba no maba be ditro achiro and some of you believe them we dey bomochichie kakraka we anya fish onya pata bomochichie den chempa danfo and we free nsuase abeka kire say den chemawu udi na chinyenye ye Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boati ansem na making being professor ohwe akoma MPP ni chair no ye Minister for Environment muntie de okan ye 8th April 2024 ya was it free SHS every sensible person will opt for a review. Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boati every sensible also onyansani bia ohwe de free SHS ne kwa Only Mahama be ya adwen say yen sachirem ne yenyi ne yie na emfa ne ntoma pa infra na mwa ye mofra ne awofo. I can go on and on and on. We asofo mpo kabio Roman fathers. Our friends in NPP saying say we must so ye enemies of progress and they want free SHS cancelled. Heads of Catholic institutions, Roman father for heads of Catholic institutions want review of free SHS fast tracked. This shows what a visionary leader, what a great thinker John Mahama is. They had not caught it. Now all of them have caught it. They are vindicating him. Bishop Palmer Bakel, a man I respect and love so much, as he review free SHS policy, Palmer Bakel tells government, 14th May 2022. And he said, John Mahama ne kan na musimuntia. Na grata kan teacher for kan na ate for kan Roma aso for kan Pamabaka, Professor Ade, Professor Stephen Ade, everybody, vice chancellors, Obia. This should tell you that what President Mahama has been preaching about free SHS, I don't never bore me. And by women, copy man, but will lie. They say, well, who say Ghana for Mahuno Creno, that Mahama and a wardroom power ban over you free SHS in here. It was so real policy, no, or no so kebi. More City Newsroom, May 7th, 2024, yeah, after so could deliver us an UPSA speech. I said, more needs to be done to improve free SHS policy. More needs to be done. This is Bawumia.